That's tough because support me and help me be the best man that I can be. And she one of my kids.
Floyd Mayweather says he reportedly got cleaned out to the tune of $175 million.
What?
Claiming a former close associate ran a year-long scheme that allegedly drained his bank accounts, hijacked real estate deals, pawned off his jewelry, and even made his private jet disappear.
Spoken about the reports claiming he lost as much as $170 million. The boxing icon addressed the financial speculation directly, offering his version of events and pushing back against the growing rumors surrounding one of the most controversial stories connected to his post-boxing career.
Reportedly, he's been ordered to pay more than $1 million in child support after a Nevada judge ruled the retired boxer fathered a 4-year-old girl born to a former dancer at his Las Vegas strip club. Floyd also faced a reported $7.3 million IRS lien. Ocho, with the lavish lifestyle that Floyd has built over the years, the jet, the entourage, non-stop spending, has he created a lifestyle that when he was making $200, $400 million a year, he was able to enjoy? Has he created something that he can no longer?
On Nightcap, Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco Johnson had a heated discussion about Mayweather's decision to keep returning to the ring. Their conversation quickly moved beyond boxing, with the host debating whether Floyd's comeback activity is motivated by financial pressure. The bigger question became whether someone who earned hundreds of millions during his career could actually be running out of. Shannon Sharpe rejected the idea that Mayweather is simply broke. While acknowledging that questions about Floyd's finances have been circulating, Sharpe emphasized the enormous fortune the undefeated champion accumulated throughout his career. In his view, Floyd can have plenty of reasons to keep fighting that have nothing to do with desperation. Staying relevant, enjoying the spotlight, and continuing to generate huge checks could all be part of the equation.
Coming out and maybe, I mean, look, Chad, this is not no breaking news. Y'all have heard all the reports and people have...
Ochocinco and Joe Johnson also reacted to Mayweather's explosive allegation that someone he once trusted allegedly carried out a long-running scheme that cost him roughly $175 million. The discussion focused on the seriousness of the accusation, Floyd's spending habits, and whether his inner circle may have contributed to his financial problem. They also questioned how a fighter who generated such enormous earnings could still find himself surrounded by financial controversy.
Is the value, not anything you could purchase, not anything you could drive. You got 2 hands and 2 feet, and just one of you.
The broader conversation highlighted a reality that affects even the wealthiest celebrities. Making enormous amounts of money does not automatically guarantee that the fortune will remain intact. Poor management, excessive spending, and trusting the wrong people can create problems that become difficult to reverse, regardless of how much someone once earned.
Floyd says roughly $100 million worth of bling has handed over to a Miami jeweler for only $13 million in return. And he said a huge chunk of the collection is still sitting with the dealer. Floyd also says he unknowingly signed paperwork transferring ownership of his Gulfstream jet with a buyer section left blank, and says he still doesn't know where the aircraft money went. Floyd also reportedly has been ordered to pay more than $1 million in...
Cam Newton offered another perspective, suggesting that Mayweather's most difficult opponent outside the ring may have been his own spending. Newton pointed toward Floyd's luxury lifestyle, expensive purchases, and constant displays of wealth as examples of how quickly enormous earnings can be challenged by enormous expenses. His point was simple: earning money at an elite level is one thing, but protecting it requires completely different discipline.
You know, it's speculative that he had $500,000 a day splurges.
Yeah.
Is that sustainable? He had multiple business ventures that failed. He had the lifestyle with multiple women and different things that like, bro, I get it, but dang. And let this be a message to all athletes. And I'm not trying to rag on Floyd, because I still have so much respect for Floyd. Every time I see Floyd, it's like, yo, like, he one of the ones.
Yeah.
Because contrary to whatever it is, he's still a great fighter. But yet, we gotta do better with our money.
Yeah.
How? We have to put ourselves on a realistic longevity plan that even though you got the money fast, you can't keep spending it fast.
But who do you trust? How do you trust and I'm not saying his background, but if you're not used to money, don't have money in our community, who do you trust? How do you trust? How do you go about finding somebody to put you on a budget to do that? Because
that B word right there, budget. Even in the midst of the height of your career, budget. That's not to say that you can't have certain things, budget.
Because a lot of people look at budget as a bad thing.
No.
Like, oh, you broke because you're on a budget.
No. Balling on a budget. No, heck no. Budget says to you, okay, when you are getting excessive. Above all, this is what you can spend and what you can't spend. That's not to say even if you do spend what you can't spend, you're going to make it back. You can't make it a regular thing.
YouTuber Spencer Cornelia has also examined Mayweather's financial situation in detail, questioning whether Floyd's current wealth matches the image he has maintained for years. Cornelia pointed to reported business dealings, spending patterns, legal disputes, and other records while presenting his argument that Mayweather's fortune may have taken a significant hit.
Has money problems. He owes the IRS, he owes car dealers, he's pawning jewelry. A guy who's made hundreds of millions of dollars in his career is somehow running out of money. And now he's suing everyone, claiming he's owed money. While he may be able to keep up the facade that it's everyone else's fault, Floyd's spending problem is the reason why he's going broke. I was able to go directly to the source to get private information that hasn't been shared publicly yet, to discuss the recent lawsuit that sent shockwaves throughout the sports world. Mayweather suing former associate in an alleged $175 million fraud scheme. That associate, Jonah, shared with me private text messages, private images of Floyd signing contracts, and access to private communication with this team. And the proof I've been given will contradict everything you've heard in the news about this case. By going through all of the claims presented in the lawsuit, I'll share all the private information that I have access to so we can understand fully what's going on with Floyd Mayweather. In 2017, Recknitz and Mayweather became friends, which ultimately led to Recknitz becoming Floyd's investment manager, real estate advisor, and banking liaison. Jonah helped put deals together for Floyd. He was his manager, so that's sponsorships, real estate deals, and fights, just to name a few revenue streams. Jonah shared with me that he was not on salary, meaning he only made money when there was a commission on.
That analysis triggered an even bigger argument online. Some fans believe Mayweather is facing genuine financial difficulties, while others argue that the public has no accurate picture of his private assets and investments. With conflicting claims circulating, the real value of Floyd's remaining fortune remains a subject of intense debate.
The claim that Floyd makes is that he wasn't aware that in 2016, Recknitz had pleaded guilty to wire fraud conspiracy, that Recknitz had cooperated with the United States attorney, or that Recknitz had been the subject of significant civil litigation. What Floyd's attorney was trying to do with this complaint is make it look like Floyd was taken advantage of by a guy with a questionable past, like Floyd is this innocent victim who had no idea who this guy really was. There's a little problem with that, because I have proof he did know. This letter on the screen was sent in 2023 by Floyd Mayweather to a U.S. District Judge for the Southern District of New York. The bottom includes Floyd's name and his signature. For context, this is Floyd Mayweather's letter to the judge in Jonah Recknitz's case, speaking about Jonah's character and why he deserves a better outcome. In the second paragraph, he writes, "We became friendly and I supported him when he was going through the process of being sentenced in 2019. That sounds to me like he knew about Jonah's litigation in New York." In the third paragraph, he writes that Jonah has worked with him as his promoter and business advisor. He has taken the job and run with it, helping Floyd in every aspect and opening up new opportunities. He further mentions the charitable work they've done together. Further down, he mentions that people have tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, "I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Recknitz is a good person." He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York.
Chael Sonnen believes the latest reports simply reinforce concerns he has raised before. Responding to the allegations about Mayweather's financial losses, Sonnen pointed toward Floyd's extravagant lifestyle, expensive assets, and continued need to generate new revenue. In his view, the controversy demonstrates that even athletes who once appeared financially untouchable can eventually encounter serious money problems.
So, all right, I don't get any level of pleasure from this, by the way, but the economics of boxing are fascinating. And the 4 to 5 men on earth that understand the economics of boxing, I would be interested in talking to. Massive publications. I remember them saying the highest paid sports guy in the world. And a number of years it was Floyd. And Floyd would win this at $250 million and at $170 million. And then there'd be someone from like Formula One racing that some years would top Floyd, and then Floyd would be number 2. And I would just tell people, that's not real. And I remember being on big shows. I remember sitting with Andrew Schultz and telling him, hey, those numbers aren't real. The biggest boxing fight of all time is whatever PR agency put out a lie greater than the previous PR agency.
Mayweather has also faced legal controversy in Nevada after prosecutors charged him with 2 felonies over allegations involving a $200,000 check used in connection with a luxury watch purchase. The accusations include theft and issuing a check with an alleged intent to defraud. Mayweather's attorney has denied criminal intent and characterized the matter as a business dispute. As the case continues, it has added another layer to the questions surrounding Floyd's financial affairs.
There is currently facing felony charges for passing a bad check.
Oh my God.
Yes. So right now he faces
Floyd?
2 felony charges in Vegas over allegations that he wrote a bad check to purchase a watch from a luxury resale store. So the charges they actually came down in April, but he was just supposed to be in court Monday, but his attorney went for him. So the charge, he's being currently charged with theft for value over $100,000 or greater, and draw or pass a check with intent to defraud for value over $1,200 or greater. So what happened is back in December of 2024, there's a receipt that ESPN and prosecutors have obtained where Floyd went into a resale boutique and tried to purchase an AP. Now, when he purchased the AP, he used a check to purchase this. Now, the store owner, the place is called Golden Beyond, is saying that he had a long-term business relationship with Floyd before the alleged transaction. So when the check and everything was happening, like when the money didn't come through, he gave Floyd some time, almost about a year, to try and make good for this, and it didn't happen. So now the Clark County prosecutors have filed an initial complaint that happened back in April, and 3 days later, they ordered Mayweather to appear in court in front of a judge. So that appearance happened Monday, but again, he wasn't there. His attorney was there.
As the speculation continued, boxing insider Rick Glazer made an explosive claim about Mayweather's financial condition, alleging that Floyd was facing substantial debt, judgments, lawsuits, tax-related issues, and other financial obligations. Those comments quickly intensified the online debate. Mayweather has also continued appearing around the boxing world, recently speaking with Cameron about boxing, business, money, and life outside competition. His continued activity has given fans another opportunity to watch how the undefeated former champion carries himself, while questions about his finances remain in the headlines.
And we can keep naming. Right. The Walton family,
There you go.
they still get money.
There you go.
I mean, the list goes on and on.
All right, so who's going to fight? Is it, we hear a lot of names, it's Tyson, it's Pacquiao, we see going overseas, a kickboxer possibly. Who is it going to be? First, is it a list?
We just, time will tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Okay.
You know, I just want to make sure they got their numbers right.
Okay.
So, you know, as you guys seen, I posted the Tyson fight, and I posted the little guy. Look, I think the other guy, his name is Mike also.
Okay.
From over in Greece.
Yeah.
But sometimes I post him and I take him down, and I post him and I take him down.
DJ Academics also reacted after Mayweather finally addressed the growing speculation. The rumors had been building for weeks, fueled by lawsuits, legal disputes, and claims of massive financial losses. That naturally led fans to wonder how much of the enormous fortune Floyd accumulated during his career might still be available today.
Floyd is going through some financial hardships. He tried to liquidate his jet. He's also sued a bunch of people claiming that they stole his money. Amidst a lot of mountain expenses that people have claimed that he owes.
Academics focused heavily on the contrast between Mayweather's response and the image he built throughout his career. Floyd became famous for showcasing private aircraft, luxury vehicles, expensive watches, designer possessions, and enormous amounts of cash. That larger-than-life persona is exactly why any report suggesting financial trouble attracts such massive attention. But there is an important distinction between facing legal or financial complications and actually being broke. Mayweather's decision to address the rumors gave him an opportunity to challenge the idea that financial disputes automatically mean his fortune has disappeared. The situation also shows how quickly public perception can change when someone has spent years presenting an image of extraordinary wealth.
That's what, yeah, I love Floyd, but he owes some money. It's cool. He got a lot of assets. There's a particular part of pride and ego where, do I believe Floyd's broke? No. I think Floyd might just have to not live a $100 million a year lifestyle. Maybe it has to go to 20 million. Whoop-de-doo. He lives the most exorbitant lifestyle of anybody. yes, he should sell a few properties, sell some jewelry to pay off some debt. You should. Manage your money a little bit better. Floyd at one point had like 10 bitches. All the 10 bitches had allowances. They're all getting this amount, that amount. Like, he's paying for this. He's doing a lot. Maybe you can't have 10 bitches now getting everything paid for. Maybe you just need to.
Dana White has now entered the conversation as well, reacting to reports that Mayweather may have lost around $170 million. White admitted that he does not know enough about the details to make a definitive judgment and believes the legal process needs to play out before anyone reaches a final conclusion. Logan Paul's previous financial dispute with Mayweather has also resurfaced as part of the discussion. Following their 2021 exhibition, Paul publicly claimed that money remained unpaid to him and repeatedly questioned what happened to the enormous revenue generated by their event. Those comments have added another layer to the ongoing speculation about why Mayweather continues returning to the ring.
It was a lot of people, a lot of money, and he don't have it. Logan Paul also discussed this, and this is probably the best screenshot I couldn't gotten on this video. My God, his ramen noodle hair is flying in the wind, and there's no wind in that place. But Logan dropped some knowledge that Floyd is still scamming him for their 2021 fight. We're going to go through it all because the simple truth in life is it's not about how much money you can make, it's about how much you keep. And Floyd, compared to what he made in his career, is keeping pennies. And somehow, Logan Paul called it. Maybe it's just, allegedly scammers stick together, but...
So the biggest question remains unanswered. How much of Floyd Mayweather's enormous fortune is actually gone? And how much of the current controversy is being exaggerated online? Until illegal disputes and financial claims are fully resolved, the truth remains difficult to separate from the rumors.